Not exactly what I started kicking off the new year for reviews, but here we are. Hey everybody, what's up? This is Retrokid Reviews, fighting strep throat or whatever, voice-wise, to kick off the new year. So with that said, let's get to the big review before we get to the other one next week, as far as figures go. The Lightning Collection Alien Rangers 5-pack set. Let's start with the box at first glance. This is still technically, I think, the last gasp of their plastic-free packaging. And just laying it out here, it just feels like I'm just getting Dominoes or something. But jokes aside, the side of the package is really nice. It gives you the Alien Rangers logo. Back of the box, I'm going to keep for mostly memory's sake, given the accessory list of all the figures. Also, due to the grounds that this is a 5-figure review, I'm going to cut it down to 2, mainly because I want to just go off the base molds of all members of the team. So starting off with the Lightning Collection Red Ranger, I'm going to start off by taking the effect part off. And the big problem I've noticed, probably because of the basement down here, I'm probably going to have to wait till warmer months to warm up all these figures. This is probably going to be the only one out of the whole male side of the team that actually has decent joints. I absolutely forgot to get my Lightning Collection Ryu figure that I did last year. Go to my review for that, for size comparisons, but about the same kind of height, I believe, in the body proportions, because this is Mighty Morphin Era adjacent character, so that would make some sense to be in the same body proportions. The double jointed knees is pretty good, but you can tell this is a 2022 figure because this still has the pins. Would have been very nice and very seamless with the stitching they kind of sculpted into the Sentai era suits, since this is Kaku Ranger suits to go off of. The double jointed knees is almost good. Again, keep in mind this was in the packaging since I want to say Christmas coming into this review, so there's going to be some stiffness for both most of the ankles for the other majority of the male figures, which we'll get into. But I will say this, all of their head tilts are pretty good. Another thing they all basically have is the ankle, ab crunch and a diaphragm joint, which is a little busy, but given the proportions and the similar, I guess, the body proportions for this team, I kind of agree with it. Don't know if that's the case with every single Lightning Collection figure of the now dead line, because again, I didn't buy all of the figures, I didn't buy all the teams, mainly because that is expensive, exorbitant, even for me as a figure collector. So, last up is the weapons list. This is the back of the sword sheet, definitely portable. I think the same kind of porting from G.I. Joe's backpack port, so that's pretty good. Also, they have butterfly joints, and again, like I said, we'll probably all say about the male figures, the last half of the other guys, is that this is probably the least stiff. I think the only one that's the most stiff, I want to say, is yellow, because I think that was the last of me unboxing them. So yeah. Spread is pretty good, though I think when we get to Alien Ranger White, she might have the closest to drop down hips for the figure. Probably not. I'm just looking at the cut here on the skirt, and it might be there, it might not. Again, same orientation, same accessory, so I'm not going to go into it. So essentially there is a bit of a drop, and then not really much to high kick, but the spread again is a lot better than I think the guys. Her head tilt is a little stiff, but still pretty good. They both have really good range. I don't know if they have neck joints, so let me know if that's a neck joint in the comments. Her butterfly joints are probably not bad. I might have heard that the Wild Force female Rangers have the better shoulder joint. Don't know. Unlike most of the Legends side of female figures I've had over the years, they would absolutely benefit of both diaphragm and ab crunch, if I could get it on cam. Still stiff, because again, these are just coming out of the box as of this recording. Almost all of them, team-wise, have double jointed knees, and in her case, it's going to be the skinniest. Because again, I think this is when Hasbro was experimenting doing double jointed elbows for female figures. So again, that's kind of, I think, where we are timeline wise. So her double jointed knee is good. It's still stiff because again, we're just coming out of the package. Again, it could go one more notch up, but again, that's probably because maybe the costume is in the way, or maybe the seaming. Let me see here. No. Same thing for the guys. They all have boot cuts. They are the loosest, especially when you get them out of the package, so I don't know if they actually stiffen that. Her ankle pivot is the least stiff. You'll probably see on pics on my socials when it comes out later this week on basically how that works. So one last full frame for the figure. And again, I'm going to need the box because I'm going to need to see all of their figure effects to basically close out this video. We'll start with both of the figures I just used for articulation designs. This is, I believe, the effect part from the white ranger for the team, and obviously the blast effect for their blasters that I think only red and yeah, blue have. Everyone else has different variations, different colors of that, I believe. Again, don't quote me. It's been literally 6 seconds since I opened these in total since New Year. So as for the rest of the guys, blue and yellow, I think, have the more stiffest. On yellow's case for the shoulder joints, don't know when the knees. The knees are actually protruding okay the least, and yeah, all of them have decent boot cuts. So again, this is the same body proportions and body articulation throughout the team. So overall thoughts, while we're here, let me just get one last profile for Black before I get to my final rundown. This is a good team. If you're still in a fence of trying to like catch up on almost what's left of the Lightning Collection on Amazon before Playmates come in later this year for their side of the toy line. It's a good 5-pack. I don't know exactly Amazon prices if it's still on sale, so link down below for that. My overall thoughts for the team, TBD. It's been a while since I've seen season 3 as a whole. I know in kayfabe of the original series, these are Aquatar Rangers, and in Sentai kayfabe, these are actually, well, obviously ninjas. I know of Christian, formerly known as Alsace, did a 30th anniversary review of their reunion movie, so go to that if I got that on the cards. Also, I believe this team was his pandemic era Sentai show to sit through. I had none because I was actually working during the pandemic now 5 years ago. But having said all that and fighting a lot of colds aside, this is a decent 5-pack. Again, I probably will not go this crazy trying to get something out of the Mighty Morphin line. I'll probably still hunt for maybe that Soul of the Dragon Tommy. That's still a thing. If not, I'll try to like I said earlier with previous Toku stuff, I'll try to do basically their Master Morpher when I think was out before he passed or during his passing a few years ago. Carther, I mentioned that in the news. So with that all being said, judgment time for all the figures. I'm gonna not do them individually because I think that would hurt the line and this pack as a whole. Because again, it's the shipping of it all. That's basically like the joints are stiff mainly because of shipping, not really because of Hasbro. If there's any QC issues I would have saw by now, would be probably not much paint-wise on the tampos. Again, most of the logos look straight out of the Sentai, and obviously the team itself in Season 3 of Mighty Morphin. And yeah, for a 30th anniversary, I guess ironically also, since we're talking about that, Sentai now going into third season, it's a decent pack. I don't know if any of their Jetty Zords got to be figures before Hasbro shut it down. Let me know in the comments as well for that. And for my preview for next weekend's figure reviews, these are going to get out probably during the week, and I'm probably going to do a lot of playtesting for this double pack for MCU's Captain America, both Sam and Steve aside. They're a good solid 9 out of 10, 8.5. Again, mainly because of the stiffness has dropped it down to 8.5 status. Outside of the stiffness and with the amount of heat gunning, I'm going to probably have to do with almost all the figures. They look great proportions wise here in the basement. I think it's about an inch off from last year's figure review with the Super 7 Tommy, so go to that as well. And their Dragon Zord is about that same overheight, but makes sense also because, again, Dragon Zord is going to Dragon Zord for that era of the show. Ultimately, it's really up to you if you're going to splurge nearly $100 for this pack. This could go more online, especially on Amazon and second-hand accounts, so please go with that as well. And lastly, the only reason why it's staying probably at a flush 8 now remembering is that all the accessories are great. I have to basically make a tiny little tub to basically, I guess, categorize all of them. But as a whole, now seeing them out of the package, they are amazing figures. So with my last shots of the team right there. Get a good look, guys. Trust me, I'll have better photos for it aside. What did you think of this review? Sorry that this is a scatter shot from the desk kind of review. And yeah, go to both captains, I believe, the team here. In the sense, I think she was more of the leader. I think the same thing also for the main season. Could be wrong. Go to White Ranger here for my shorts playlist for probably Critical Role. I did a double shorts essentially for the new episodes, and I was kind of sort of right that we're delaying the end game for like one more week. I could be wrong. As of this recording, I just came off of that Thursday taping, so let me know in advance. Yeah, Red Ranger here to see my previous shorts and previous videos, which was obviously my end of the year rundowns. And until next time, I am Retrokid saying I am fighting a freaking cold for this show, but kind of worth it to see some Aquatorian Rangers. So yeah, go Power Rangers, everybody, and Happy New Year. Finally, we're gonna go do probably my Steven Seagal Under Siege review. If I haven't done the preview short for that already, I'll let you know. Probably also in the cards here. So yeah, sub to the channel as usual, and until next time, yeah, I gotta stop having like long overdue figure reviews with a broken voice. It's not very Najeti of me.